Hey, what's up? Melissa Hager TV back at you for another video. I'm so excited you guys have been tuning in and watching. I hope that you're getting something out of this. And if not, well, whatever. If you're a stalker, hey, how are you? Just kidding. I hope I don't have any. Well, maybe I kind of do. I don't know. Whatever. No. Just kidding. I want to talk to you guys today about the gastric sleeve bariatric surgery pre-op diet. It's something I get a lot of questions on, and I know that in general, anyone that's looked into the surgery, you've looked into this particular thing, and you're like, nope, can't do it. Nope, not going to happen. No way, can't do it. And let me tell you, you can do it. You can totally do it. Here's the thing. On the other side of that is some freedom and some exciting. There's like a reward. They're dangling a carrot at the end of the tunnel, and that's the surgery. So, like, anyone wants to follow the carrot or the bag of candy or whatever it is, you can do it. You can totally do it. So, first of all, the pre-op diet is different. Let's make this disclosure right now. Every doctor does it different, and every doctor's office has a little bit different of a regimen that they follow. Hopefully the office that you are going through, the doctor's office you're using, has like a dietitian that they're having you see and talk to, and they will, hold your hand through the whole process. I was very, very fortunate to get a referral early on from my family doctor who has seen me since I was a little teeny tiny baby. I love her to death. She's amazing. She's wonderful. She's always had my best interest at heart, and she referred me to someone she knows directly that does the surgery I was looking for, and they just took amazing care of me. And I trusted them. So I grew up in a household with discipline, and we were taught to respect adults and obey authority. So when a doctor tells me to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to do it, and that's how I've always been. So for the scenario that I went through, now, my understanding is every doctor's office has a different variation of the pre-op diet, and also it depends on your weight, like your level of obesity that can change your diet. Now, I was 366 pounds. I was in the morbidly obese category, so they were going to hit me with the big guns. And they sure did. I looked at that pre-op diet, we went over it, and I just remember thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I don't actually understand how this is possible. I am going to die. And it's not that bad. It's really not that bad. And going through the pre-op diet, here's the thing. Have you ever done something, have you ever climbed a big freaking mountain, got over a huge hurdle, tackled something that you didn't actually think you could do, and you got on the other side of it, and it kind of changes you a little bit? Like, on the other side of it, you just feel a sense of empowerment. You feel something inside of you that you didn't actually know was there. And you're like, I can do it. I can do anything. Like, you just almost feel, unstoppable. So the 14-day diet that I went through, there is anywhere from 10 to 14 days. I've actually heard as little as 2 days. The diet that my doctor's office recommended was a 14-day pre-op diet, and it was pretty strict. The 14-day diet went straight into, it was basically split in half, 7 and 7. In my case, because of some mistakes and circumstances of doing stand-up comedy, mine ended up being a little bit more like 9 and 5. But it was supposed to be 7 and 7, but 9 and 5, 14-day diet. So here's what it looked like. The first 7 days, you cut way back. Basically, yogurt, cottage cheese, vegetables, protein shakes, and then you go find a whole bunch of liquids that don't have any calories in them. I became really excited about Gatorade Zero and Powerade Zero. I really enjoyed those. There was actually a vitamin water I enjoyed too, Vitamin they have vitamin water zero, and I think it was lemonade. It was a lemonade flavor. It was just very tasty. It was super tasty. Those have 0 calories, and you can drink as much of that as you want, as much as you want. So I would constantly have like 2 or 3 Gatorades with me at all times because I'm on the road a lot. So in my car or in my bag, I would always have at least a full one and then a spare one like in the car, because I drank those a lot to kill like the hunger pains. The first 2 days were the worst because it's your head. It's right here. It's not because you're actually hungry. You're actually eating plenty. You eat 5 times during the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 2 snacks. And you get a cup of vegetables 3 times a day. For me, it was my go-to is green beans. They suggested you stay away from corn because it's not as good of a vegetable. So, but they tell you to do whatever, anything. But I just went towards green beans. It was just easy for me. I usually always have green beans at the house. It's something my kids like, so green beans were my thing. I tried to make it as easy as possible so that I didn't get overwhelmed and quit, because it was important to make this whole pre-op diet go smoothly, because my doctor scared the bejesus out of me. She put the fear of God in me before she sent me off for my for my 2-week pre-op diet, and I'll tell you about that at the end when we talk about the reason for the diet. So there's I would start each day with a shake. I got my hands on Premier Protein, which has 30 grams of protein in it, and it does do a good job of making you feel full and making you feel satisfied. I went through a lot of cottage cheese. I went through a lot of green beans. I went through some cheese sticks. They just want you eating soft foods. So that first week is all about soft foods, no hard foods, no carbohydrates, no extra sugar, like none of that stuff. And again, like I said, 5 times a day you get to put something in your mouth, let alone you get to drink as much as you want of Powerade Zero, Gatorade Zero. You find your favorite flavors, you stock up on them. Anytime, your favorite grocery store should have like a 2-for-1 deal, or buy so many, get so many free. Like I ran into a whole bunch of those, and it was no problem to stock up, and I had plenty. And actually, it's funny because now, going through this 3 months later, my family still really has a couple Powerade Zero flavors they really like, and I feel fine letting them have it because there isn't a bunch of sugar, there isn't a bunch of crap in it. So I'm like, there's some artificial flavoring and some chemicals, but not like if they were drinking juice every day or pop every day. You know what I mean? So we still have some of that stuff that we drink. And then the last 5 days right before surgery. Now, I've heard some people only have to do this for 2 days. I've heard some people have to do this for 10 days. I've heard all the numbers in between. For me, it was 5 days before surgery, was all liquids. All liquids. Jell-O was included in that. My grocery store in my town ended up with these, and it's so weird because I haven't seen them since. It's literally like the good Lord dropped them down into the grocery store for me to find, and I have not found them since. And this is going to sound so lazy because anybody could do this. You could make these, but I bought them prepackaged. Jell-O cubes. I found Jell-O cubes in a Ziploc, like Jell-O bag, and they were different flavors. Zero sugar Jell-O, cubed, and like little cubes, like maybe that big. And all you do is like eat them out of the bag. I ate so many bags of these Jell-O cubes. Like, I don't even want to tell you, like, the numbers are staggering. Again, I know it sounds so lazy. I could make Jell-O. It's so easy to make sugar-free Jell-O. Sugar-free Jell-O is the key. Like, that's the key. It's so easy to make, and then I could have cut it in cubes and put it in bags, but for some reason, purchasing these bags was just so convenient. They came in this little container bag thing, and I ate those. There was strawberry, there was blackberry, There was another one. It was like pink lemonade or something. I ate the crap out of those. I was eating them before comedy shows. I was eating them while the kids were waiting for the bus. I was eating them at night while I was trying to watch TV before bed. I was eating them on my way to doctor's appointments. I mean, these things were the jam, man. They were just awesome. They were totally awesome. So much Jell-O. So that last 5 days, like completely liquids. I did go to the store. I tried to get some chicken broth. I like chicken broth. And I tried to buy just store-bought chicken broth. Now I bought a couple different varieties, and I don't know, it just tasted funny to me. Like, I could not get into it. I could not, like, enjoy it. There's a restaurant right here in our town that has, like, world-famous chicken soup. It's like chicken and dumpling soup. It's so delicious. It's so delicious. So I've done like comedy shows there, and I know a lot of the people that work there. They're just outstanding people. So I went there and I was like, hey, I got a weird request. Can I get some of your chicken broth? I don't want the soup. I don't want any of the stuff in the soup. I just want the broth. And they're like, girl, we have so much of that. Like, yes, for sure. And then they gave me like big coffee cups to go of it. And I took it home and I put it in the fridge, and then I would just like put some in a coffee mug and heat it up in the microwave, and it was so good. It was so good. It was exactly what in my head I thought I was going to be like doing when it came to doing this 5 days of all liquid and incorporating some broth. I thought that was going to be it. And for some reason, those store-bought broths were not cutting it. Like there was like an aftertaste. I did not find one single one that I liked. Please drop me a comment below if you got a store-bought broth that you enjoyed that tasted like broth. Please tell me. Please put it below, because I never found one. And since like I've done a couple chickens in the crock pot, and again, like straining that broth out, tasted delicious, like, but it had an actual chicken in it. So I don't know if it's just me, if it's just in my head, if it's like the store-bought stuff, you got to mix it with something. What did I mess up there? Like, what did I mess up? And thank goodness for this awesome restaurant here in town that just like loaded me up. And at the time, they had no idea why I was asking for this broth. It'll be hilarious when they see this video. Joe, thank you so much for the broth, man. You saved a girl. Like, you totally saved me. I was going crazy because 5 days before surgery, no food, only liquid, no chewing of any food. And that sounds like an insanely long time. And my surgery was on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So that meant my 5 days, like, we're going to land over a weekend also, which is when everyone's home. And that's when everyone's eating and drinking and all kinds of fun merriment that I was not going to be enjoying. Like, I was not going to be in on that. My family was really good. My husband, my kids are young, 5 and 7. They didn't really know what was going on. But my husband was really cool about staying busy. Like, he took the kids out of the house. They went and did some stuff. They went to an arcade. They went out to eat. They did stuff like not around me. One night we made a meal together at the house. And then I just I just went in my bedroom because I had no idea the grasp that food had on me. Like, I was just like I had no idea. Those kind of situations show you exactly how hooked you are, like how bad the disease is. And I was hooked. Like, definitely food had a hang on me, man. Like, definitely. And it still does. I still have some things I'm battling and working my way through, but until you actually recognize it and are willing to say it out loud and start working through it, like, there's no stopping it from taking over your life. I mean, I prepared a meal and I'm so excited to watch my family eat it, and I got to go in my bedroom. I can't even watch because I'm so like anxious and like, oh, I can't eat anything. So, anyways, so here's the thing. People are like, what do they got to torture you for? What do they got to do that for? First of all, the pre-op diet sets you up for success during surgery. I found this out from my doctor when she put the fear of God in me. Oh my God. First of all, she's amazing. Dr. Sujimoto, rock on. I love you. I think you're just outstanding. Thank you for being hard on me. She did not pull any punches. This lady was like, all right, here's the deal. You want to be successful? I'm going to just give it to you how it is. Well, the whole purpose of that diet, there's like several different reasons they put you through that. But one of the biggest reasons is your stomach sits right under your liver. And if you're obese, your liver is fatty. Most people have fatty liver disease. Now, it's not something that, like over time it kills you, but it's not something like that gets brought to your attention until you're in a scenario like when you start pursuing bariatric surgery. Fatty liver disease is basically what happens is there's fat cells that gather around all the cells in your liver, and it makes your liver unhealthy and operate wrong, not properly. And the idea of this diet, like your liver can change really quick. Your liver has the ability to shrink really fast. So that's the whole point of this diet, because they have to use a device to move your liver out of the way so that they can get to your actual stomach. And if your liver's some big, huge, fatty blob in there, the chances of them like puncturing it or damaging it or, making an unnecessary problem within your surgery are much larger when your liver's larger and it's in the way. It's just like this big old thing like, hey man, I'm here. I'm large and in charge. Like, no, you can't get to the stomach. I'm hovering over it and hiding it. That's not a normal person's functioning liver. A normal liver is much smaller than our obese livers. So the first purpose of that diet is to shrink your liver so that they can more easily get it out of the way. Number 2, another purpose, the last part with the no food and just the all liquids, like for the gastric sleeve, well, for both procedures, but for me, I had the gastric sleeve. They're actually going in and they are cutting out part of your excess stomach and they're making you a new stomach pouch. Now, if you have corn and pizza and prime rib and potatoes and that kind of stuff floating around in there, like some extra pieces that didn't get digested on time because you didn't do the diet correctly, that is risk of infection when they're stapling and closing up that new stomach line where they take off the old part and there's the new lining. Like they're stapling that and it has to heal. Well, if they staple a piece of corn and some mashed potatoes in there, you can imagine that can create some problems. Ding, ding, ding. I didn't even think about that till she got in my face about it. Like, I literally didn't even think about that. And she told me, she's like, I will not do this surgery. If I start to open you up and I see chunks of food floating around in there, I will close you back up and you will be out of surgery. I will wake you up and you can leave. And I was like, okay. She's like, I am not putting my medical license on the line because you couldn't keep food out of your mouth. Yeah, that's hardcore, man. That's hardcore. I wish more people talk to me like that. Well, no, I don't, because it kind of hurt my feelings, but that means she's seen it before. She only had to say that because she's seen it before. Come on. That's a thing. Imagine, like, we are not 250, 350, 450, 550 pounds because we're not addicted to food, because food doesn't have a hold on us. Like, we have a problem. We have a problem, and they have to talk to us that way to get us to understand the importance and what is at risk. What is at risk? So she was very adamant about the 5 days, bare minimum. 7 was ideal. 5, bare minimum, to do the liquid diet to empty out, anything that would be hanging around inside the stomach cavity for when they need to do that, to make that new stomach pouch. So also no caffeine. Drinking, whatever. I'm just a small town girl. I don't know a lot of proper English. I had drank a product called Spark for a really long time, like 6 years, and it's a vitamin product from a vitamin company, but it also has caffeine in it. It's something you just drink in the morning. It wakes you up, clears your mind, got a lot of B vitamins in it. And I had drank that for 6 years. And I had heard from other people that I knew that drank that product that when they tried to get off of it, they would have headaches and like caffeine withdrawal, which can be a very serious thing. It can really put you in a lot of pain. It can make you nauseous. I know people that have thrown up from caffeine headaches. So when she told me for the 14 days I couldn't have any caffeine, I had learned that months before, so I started cutting back. And so by the time I did the 14-day diet, I was hardly drinking any caffeine, and I had no caffeine withdrawal. None. They don't want you having any carbonation either, the bubbly stuff in your stomach. They don't want you doing that, which, again, pop has never been a thing for me, so I wasn't worried about that part. The caffeine is what I was worried about, but I had started weaning back like a month before that, and not knowing if that was long enough, not knowing if that was good enough, but I never had one headache. Never once did I have a headache like associated with caffeine. I was hangry the first couple days. I was moody. I was like a little bit irritated, but that was me trying to figure out how to get through this diet and also still function in real life. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I have really, really busy days. So it was just me trying to figure out how to do my normal schedule while also planning in this new weird thing of this, like, got to bring cottage cheese and yogurt with me and grab a protein shake and drink a ton of water. And just food has always been the last thing on my mind, in the sense of I wait till I'm super starving, run through the drive-thru, grab a supersized meal and scarf it down and then go back to whatever it is I'm doing. Food is always on my mind in the sense of like, what do I get to have next? But in a regular day, you know what I mean? So this was new. This was new for me to try to figure out. So no matter what your doctor's pre-op diet schedule is for you, here's the bottom line. You can do it. You can do it. I was 366 pounds, eating whatever I want, doing whatever I want. I live in a town with like 6 drive-thrus that are just like bam, 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 bam right there. I can go through any of them at any time, and I was able to do it. You need to clear your schedule a little bit. If you're a busybody or someone that likes to be very social, I would hang back. Don't torture yourself. For heaven's sakes, don't torture yourself. Pull back. Pull back, like clear your calendar a little bit. I do stand-up comedy. I would go and do my comedy shows and then go home. Usually we go out for drinks or we go visit, socialize, go to someone's house. Not during that time. I went home. I did not want to be tempted. I did not want to mess this up. I did not want to end up making a bad decision that ended up ruining the whole thing. I started this process in May. I didn't have my surgery until October. Like, there's a lot that goes into it, a lot of testing, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of appointments, a lot of money, co-pays. I was not going to screw this up. For once, make yourself a priority and make sure that you get through this and do what you need to do to make it work. I kept my surgery a big old fat secret, a big, huge secret. My husband knew and one of my best friends knew, and that was it. Nobody else knew. Nobody in my family, nobody in my circle of friends, nobody knew. So me disappearing from social events was even more difficult because people were like, what's up with you? You know, and you'll be surprised when you're just like, I just need to go home, spend some time at home. People are like, okay, they're fine. They'll move on without you. They're fine, and you'll be back. It's only a couple weeks. You just got to go through a couple weeks. Those of you that have that stipulation on your insurance that you have to go through the doctor-supervised diet for like a certain amount of time, sometimes it's 3 months, sometimes it's 6 months, do what they ask. Do what they're asking you to do. For once in your life, do what the medical people are asking you to do and just see what happens. What do you have to lose? Wait. What do you have to lose? Try it out. I mean, come on, guys. We definitely, if you're watching this and you're a overweight person like I am, like, we're not overweight by accident. It's all things that we have done and all things we've eaten and things we've drank to put us in the position where we're at. We have to start taking some responsibility to be able to move forward to get healthy. Do you want to live? I want to live. I got little kids. I want to live. I want to be around a long time. I want to hold like grandbabies. Like, we have to start owning up to some of these things. And I'm not saying there isn't circumstances attached to some people and their cases. Everybody's case is different. Totally. I'm just speaking for myself. Was time for me to look in the mirror and be like, all right, pull up your bootstraps and let's do this. Let's make it happen. And this doctor lady said, do this, 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 and this, or you're not having surgery. So guess what I did? This, and this. Simple. And they will walk you right through it. They will hold your hand. I have my dietitian's email. When I email her within an hour or two, she emails me right back with all the answers that I was looking for. Like, they're right there to help you. Like, they're right there. They're right there. They want you to succeed. They want you to do well. So do what they ask you to do. The pre-op liquid diet, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I don't care if it's 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 10 days. You can do it. I believe in you. People can go days on end with no food, no water, and they don't die. We are still getting everything we need to nourish our bodies and to stay hydrated, and so that we can have this surgery and it be successful and not to end up running into infection or running into liver injury or anything else that could arise from the surgery. Set yourself up for success. Do what they ask you to do. I believe in you. You need to believe in you. This has been awesome, you guys. What a great, fun episode. I love telling you guys these things and getting myself all geared up because now I'm motivated for the day and I'm ready to go out there and kick some butt. All right, have a great day. Adios, guys.